Hello lovelies, I'm Courtney Bonds. Welcome to my channel. So I'm a singer-songwriter and I was recently asked in an interview, what advice would I give indie artists who are trying to start? And I usually hear people say, well, just start, just go for it, which I think is great motivation, but I don't know if it's the best advice. So today we'll be going over a few tips to get you started in the music business. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my new videos. As a singer-songwriter who's been in the entertainment business for over 20 years, I've had my fair share of experiences, so I thought it would be really fun to share some exciting tips with you about how to get started within the music business. So first things first, work on your craft. It's important to not neglect this step because working on your craft is going to give you the motivation that you need to keep going. So in doing so, it's probably best to set aside maybe a few hours a day or maybe even 1 to 2 days on your calendar per week where you are honing in on your craft. Whether you are a musician or you're a singer or a rapper or anything within the arts field, it's really good to sit down and take some time to really hone in on your crafts. This may seem obvious, but it's really important to set aside some scheduled time to work on your artistry for practicing, writing, creating, and self-artist development. The more you make time for your music, the more you'll be motivated to work on the music business side of entertainment. Do not neglect this step. It is imperative for you to work on your craft and work on it consistently. Write out your goals. So you have great music, you're a great artist, but what are you going to do with it? Have you actually sat down to write the vision and to make it plain? The purpose of writing down your goals is so that you can create a direction for yourself, so that you can always reference those goals and understand why you're doing all this work and why it matters. Make your goals SMART goals. If you're not familiar with SMART goals, it's an acronym for specific, measurable, attainable, reliable, and time-based. So if you aren't familiar with SMART goals, just take some time to research, do a quick Google, and every time that you set up a goal, make some time to actually make it a SMART goal. That way you actually have pillars in place to follow for your goals. Commitment to ongoing learning. Remember that this is a journey that you're on, and you're going to be continuously learning as you go. So you have to make sure that you are fully committed to this and fully committed to learning along the way. First of all, I'm proud of you being here. It shows initiative that you want to improve. Secondly, this is only one small step in your multiple steps in your journey. What I'm trying to say here is that there are no shortcuts. I know, you probably heard this before, but there are no shortcuts. You have to do the work and it's going to take a lot of learning. It's going to take a lot of time. So how do I do this, you say? First things first is picking up a few books. So you may be wondering, well, I can't necessarily get all of the brand new books. That's okay. You can go to a used bookstore near you and pick up some real gems. You can find some really good information in those stores. Or you can try Audible books. Those are really helpful for me, or they have been, especially with longer books that are probably 20 hours or 25-hour reads that I can just listen to on audio. You can also do as you are right now, watching YouTube videos. Watching a lot of how-tos, watching videos on interviews from other folks, and maybe what you can learn from different artists is a good way to keep learning. Look for YouTube videos about how the industry works. That could be helpful in learning the basis of what's going on within the industry and how you can fit and make it successful for you. There's also an option to listen to podcasts. Podcasts have been really helpful for me. If I'm not listening to an audiobook, I'll probably turn on a podcast, and that'll be a podcast regarding anything that would help me. So podcasts on social media, how to improve your social media, how you can improve within the music business, what other people are doing, specifically on YouTube. All of these things are available to you. You just have to go out there and find it. I promise you it's there. For instance, I had a goal to get my music on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, and all of the music streaming services. At first, I really didn't know how to do that, and it took me some time to go through the steps. But eventually, through doing a few Google searches and through going on different blogs, I learned that I needed to go through a digital distribution company, such as DistroKid, CD Baby, TuneCore, all of those guys. So now my music is on Spotify and Apple Music and Tidal and all of those streaming services. So what I'm saying to you is, if you get to a place where you feel like you've run into a wall and you just don't understand or know how to do something, don't turn around. Hop over that wall and say, well, I don't understand it now, but I can find out how to do it. Always stay curious and remain curious. That is how most people stay successful. I know that this journey can be scary, but make up your mind that you're gonna do this. It can be daunting at times, but keep going. You've got this. Develop meaningful relationships. Developing relationships with people who are already in the industry is a great way to expand your knowledge of what's happening in the industry and how the music industry works. When you are developing these relationships, it's not a matter of going to people's inboxes and just sending them music and saying, hey, listen to my music. You have to first establish an actual relationship. And the way that you do that is by simply introducing yourself, saying who you are and what you do. From there, you probably want to check in with that person and see how you can provide value to their life and to that relationship. Now you're starting to build a relationship with that person instead of off the bat saying, I need something from you. What can you offer them? I read a book that you probably have heard of, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. In that book, he discusses how to form relationships and why people are important. And the driver home here is that people actually are important and you should listen to people to see what their interests are. So be respectful. Understand what's important to that person. That's how you build genuine relationships with people. Don't be afraid to develop meaningful relationships with people. And also, look at yourself and see what's valuable within you. You have something valuable to offer. I promise you do. Planning. Every successful business started with an idea and a business plan. So you have to look at your music as a business plan. You are a great artist. You know what you're doing. You produce great music. However, this is still a business, and you have to look at it as such. As you are going through your phases of continuous learning, you will start to develop a plan that is suitable for you. Your plan should consist of your SMART goals that we discussed earlier. Once you have your goals in place, it will make it easier for you to start developing this plan. Listen, I am still learning myself, but it makes me feel good to share what I'm learning with you. I worked so hard on my single and my music video, Yours, which is out right now, that I wanted to share everything that I learned from that experience. If you guys want to see a more in-depth video on music business plan development, I'm happy to do one. Just drop a comment below. Also, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. See you all next time.